What's up everyone, my name is Dylan. We're back with another video on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about 1985 Jordan 1s. Probably my favorite shoe that I sell. I absolutely love these, and I'm actually happen to have 4 different colorways with me right now, including the 2 classics, the Chicagos and the Breads, both of which are in amazing condition. So before we jump into this video, let's show a little B-roll of all these pairs and see what you guys think. See, these pairs are absolutely beautiful, and you really have to appreciate the aging on them. It's kind of the first thing I want to talk about when, discussing 1985 Jordan 1s. You're going to have flaws. I'm going to bring out this white pair. This is the natural grays from 1985. Go off the camera real quick just to show these off. You can see that there are scuffs, there's some little flaws all throughout the uppers. I'm sure you can see them in the videos. These shoes are 38 years old. They're not going to be perfect. They aren't. There's going to be a lot of paint issues, a lot of flaws, even on brand new pairs. I've had brand new pairs just from aging. There's a lot of flaws. Even on pairs that are 8 years old, like those Red Octobers and the Plats right there, 10, 12 years old, those pairs can get worn out super quickly, like 1 or 2 wears and they crack. Same with these guys. You have to know the condition of the shoe, and you have to know sort of what to look for, and that's what we're going to jump into next. So we're going to jump into what to look for, see if they're wearable, see if they're not, sort of things to be concerned about, and general things that you shouldn't be concerned about, and that come on these pairs pretty much every time. So let's jump into it. I hope you guys enjoy. So jumping to it, we're going to use this Jordan 1 1985 Chicago as an example. This is a very clean pair. Let me move the light just to show you just how clean this pair is. As you can see, this pair is literally as clean as it gets for an 85. There is some flaws here, and when I was talking about the paint issues, this kind of just happens on pairs. You have to be aware of this. You just have to kind of understand that this is something that happens. It happens a lot. Every 85 will have something to that degree, whether it's discoloring, chips, some sort of paint issue. So that's not a big flaw. Do not be worried about that. It just shows the character of the shoe. Honestly, I'm a big fan. One of the biggest things I love about the aging, we're gonna bring out the 85 Royals here, is the laces, especially on the 85 Royals. So you can see these were blue originally. These have faded in such a beautiful way. You can see all the different colors. Honestly, I love it. I'm a big fan. This is one of the things that I really like about vintage shoes, older shoes. Sort of the aging appeal to them and what they turn out to be after so many years, 20, 30, almost 40 years now, which is crazy. But now we're going to jump into sort of the big things to look for and whether or not a pair is wearable. So I have a pair of Breads here, 1985s. This is one of the cleanest worn pairs I've ever had. Obviously you can see it, jump off the camera real quick. The paint on this pair is great. Like, these look really good. There's some cracking here. There always is cracking. That's another thing. Don't be concerned about that. But overall, the paint on this shoe is just amazing for 38 years old. But one of the things that you should look for is the crunchiness of the shoe. How hard is this shoe? So hopefully you can hear this on camera, but I don't know if you heard that. It's a very slight crunch. So this shoe is not, not wearable. This shoe is wearable. You can wear this shoe, but there's other things to look for. The first thing is the collar. So you can hear there's a slight crunch, not bad. On a pair that is not wearable, let me see if I have a good example. All my 85s right now are very clean, so I tend to buy the cleaner pairs. But on like a dried up pair, you'll hear this very loud crunch, almost like how you heard here. Times like 10. It's very apparent. You'll hear that immediately. Another thing to look for is the midsole. So when you look at the midsole of the shoe, you want to see if it's squishy. Does it have give? Can you press your finger against it and push in? If it's super hard, like rock solid, the second you put your foot in the shoe, it's gonna crack. Another way you could tell is push directly on the middle. So if you push directly on the middle and you don't hear a crack, that means that it's not cracking in the inside, which is good. This pair has absolutely no crack, which is insane. And generally you don't find pairs that nice. Let me see if I can, yeah, so for these natural grays right here, this one is a little more worn. These are a little harder, and they're sort of 50-50 on whether or not you can wear them. They're hard enough to the point where I can't push in, but they're not hard enough to the point where I feel like they're gonna break on me. So that's why I would call these 50-50. Always press here. You can sort of hear a slight crunch there, but there's nothing major. So if you don't hear that major, like big crunching sound of stuff breaking, it's probably okay to wear, honestly. These shoes are made pretty well. They last a while. I've seen people wear pairs with holes in them and barely put together, and somehow they last 2 years or whatever. So pretty crazy, but really look for the crunching. That's the main thing. And we're gonna get on to one final step before the video ends. So if you guys are enjoying this video and you want more tips and tricks similar to this or not similar to this, comment down below any ideas. It's always appreciated. And thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys. Let's jump to the last trick. My last trick when buying 85s is to look at separation. This isn't for 85s only. This is for basically all shoes. Really look at the lining in the midsole between here, the leather, and this upper lip, and see if there's any separation. So on this 85 Royal, there is not. But you can see on many pairs, it's pretty apparent. There'll be like a little space between the stitching in the midsole, right in there, in that line. And if that's happening, that means that the uppers and the bottoms are coming apart. The stitching's actually breaking, probably from age. It's pretty weak. And it probably just needs to be restitched or re-glued. There's tons of people that do that. There's tons of people that specialize in repairing this shoe right here. Whether you want to completely sole swap the pair, which means you change this entire sole to a new modern pair, or you can even take out the crunchiness that comes in here and drain it all out and restuff it, making it pretty much pristine and ready to go. There's a lot of people that do it. I think it's pretty cool. I have a lot of pairs that are like that. I love getting them because you can put them on, wear them, and it's a 1985 Jordan 1. So it's always pretty cool, getting a pair like that. But yeah, that's going to be today's video. If anyone has any more questions regarding Jordan 1 1985s or any other shoe, feel free to hit my DM at Dylan Shoes on Instagram. But that's going to wrap up today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Once again, thank you guys. Catch me in another video. Peace.